Welcome everyone. So today we will discuss about properties of ionic compounds in detail, and in total there are 4 points given. So you can also consider that these points are related with the previous activity which we discussed, that means activity 3.13. That means it is an explanation of the activity 3.13. So the first property of ionic compound is physical nature. Like we discussed last time also, that ionic compounds, by taking certain samples of ionic compounds, so we got to know that ionic compounds, they exist in solid state. They are their nature, that means their physical nature is that they are hard and brittle. So ionic compounds are solids and are somewhat hard because of the strong force of attraction. And what is the reason that they are hard in nature? The reason is because of the strong electrostatic force between positive and negative ion. The compounds are generally brittle and break into pieces when pressure is applied. So I hope that you understand the meaning of brittle here. So about the ionic compound, when it comes to physical nature, then two important points are there. First is that they are hard. The reason you come to know, because of a strong electrostatic force of attraction. And again, the next point is that it is brittle. Brittle means when the pressure or when the force is applied, then they tend to break. So that is about the physical nature. Second one is melting and boiling points, and we also discussed, and one table is also given for the melting and boiling point of some of the ionic compounds. So from there we come to know that melting point and boiling point of the ionic compounds, they are very high. So ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points, that is given in table 3.4. This is because a considerable amount of energy is required to break the strong inter-ionic attraction. So when it comes to the reason, that what is the reason behind the high melting and boiling point of ionic compounds, then again we are having the same reason, which is a strong electrostatic force of attraction between positive and negative ions. So what actually happens, that suppose when we discussed about the process of melting and boiling, we know that suppose if I'm talking about melting, so change of state takes place from solid to liquid. So a solid will melt only when it will melt when we are providing heat energy, so that the force of attraction between them can be overcome. So in that situation only a solid will melt, it will undergo melting and it will change into liquid. So why here they are having very high melting point? The reason is that because of the strong electrostatic force of attraction, we need to provide very large amount of heat energy, so that the strong electrostatic force of attraction can be overcome and solid ionic compound can be changed into liquid state. So the same reason you can also give for the high boiling point of ionic compounds. Third one is solubility. Like we also discussed about the solubility, if you remember. So solubility, electrovalent compounds, which is another name for ionic compound, are generally soluble in water and insoluble in solvents such as kerosene and petrol, etc. So when we were discussing about this in the activity, we discussed that there are two types of solvent. One is a polar solvent, the other one is non-polar solvent, which is also said to be organic solvent. And the examples are petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, etc. And among the polar solvent, we have the most common example which we generally use, which is water. So ionic compounds, they are soluble only in polar solvents like water, and they are completely insoluble in organic solvents like petrol, diesel, and kerosene oil. So it is because of the nature of the ionic compound. You know that in ionic compounds, the particles, they are having charges over them. That means because the particles are ions, and that is why as the ionic compounds, their particles are ions. So you can say that it is going to dissolve in that solvent having the similar nature. So that is why polar, it is dissolving in polar solvents. So this is the reason. Conduction of electricity. The conduction of electricity through a solution involves the movement of charged particles. So you must also have studied about electricity, the basic of electricity, that about the charge carriers, the particles, and these things. A solution of an ionic compound in water contains ions, like we discussed also. I also gave you the reference about the brine solution. Suppose NaCl, it is an ionic compound, and if you are simply dissolving NaCl in water, then you know that it is going to break down into its constituent ions, which are Na plus and Cl minus ions. So you know that aqueous solution of ionic compounds, their presence of ions that means ions are present in the aqueous solution of ionic compounds. So it means that charged particles or the charge carriers are present in their solution, so which move to the opposite electrodes when electricity is passed through the solution. Any compounds like this is it is based on we also discussed about this in the activity, and one figure is also given for this particular property. Any compounds in the solid state do not conduct electricity. So this is very important. That means when it comes to conduction of electricity in case of ionic compounds, then certain conditions are there. That means ionic compounds in solid state, it is not at all conducting electricity, but ionic compound in molten state or in solution form, it is conducting electricity. So solution form, you have already understood. Solution form means when the ionic compounds, they are mixed in water, they are dissolved in water, so that is a solution form. And molten form means, that means at very high temperature when ionic compounds, they are melted, so the molten ionic compound is also conducting electricity, but solid ionic compound is not conducting electricity. The reason is again the same, because in the solid form, the ions, the positive and negative ions, they are held together by very strong electrostatic force of attraction. So this is the reason that the ions, they are bonded with the help of force of attraction. They are not free. And when the ions, when the charged particles, they are not free, then definitely they can't conduct electricity. So this is the reason that ionic compound is not conducting electricity in solid state. So here it is given the same thing, that ionic compounds in the solid state do not conduct electricity, but because movement of ions in the solid is not possible due to their rigid structure. Why we are having rigid structure of that means, what is the reason that ionic compounds are having rigid structure? The reason is because of the strong electrostatic force of attraction, and that is why I told you that why ionic compound does not conduct electricity in solid state, because of the same reason. But ionic compounds conduct electricity in the molten state. This is possible in the molten state since the electrostatic forces of attraction between the oppositely charged ions are overcome due to the heat. Thus, the ions move freely and conduct electricity. So, we discussed that what happens when we are preparing aqueous solution of ionic compound. That means in aqueous solution, ionic compounds, they are broken down into their constituent ions. That means the charges, they are free. And now what happens in the molten state of ionic compound? So in the molten state of ionic compound, like in the previous point I discussed, that what happens uh, and when we are providing high amount of heat energy, then the ionic compound, which is solid in a state, when the force of attraction, you can say, when it gets overcome, then the solid ionic compound, is changing into liquid state. So in the liquid state, now the force of attraction, you can say, it has been removed, or it is very very less, and that is why you can say that the charges in the molten state, the ions in the molten state, they are free and they are able to conduct electricity. So this is very important point. This fourth one particularly, it is very important, because in this one condition is applied. So accordingly you have to answer also when it comes to that, whether ionic compound conducts electricity or not. So you have to give the reason. Reason means you have to say completely that ionic compound conducts electricity only in molten state or in its solution form, but in solid form it do not conduct electricity. So that you have to specify, because there is a condition. So here, this is possible in the molten states since the electrostatic forces of attraction between the oppositely charged ions are overcome due to the heat. Thus, the ions move freely and conduct electricity. And this is the, the most basic thing which is required for the conduction of electricity, which is only fulfilled in molten state and its solution form. So this is about the four properties of ionic compounds, which are very important. So in ionic compounds, we discussed about, first of all, formation of different ionic compound, NaCl, MgCl2. We will also be discussing about some more ionic compounds, which is given in text questions. You also try it by yourself. Definitely, if you have understood the concept, if you have understood the basic, you will be able to easily understand. You will be able to easily show the formation or represent the formation of any of the ionic compound. And after that, we discussed about the definition, the reasons behind it, and some important properties also. So this is very important topic. Just go through it. The topic is short, but it is important. So try to understand all the points included in this and prepare for this. Thank you so much.